How about now, Cozy Bruce? How's it sounding? Can you hear me, Cozy Bruce? Thank you. For whatever reason, now it takes 2 times. I've got to turn off the mic, turn it back on again. But glad to hear that my voice is coming through loud and clear. That's exciting. That's good to know. And yeah, we're dripping water all over myself. But it's important. Got to keep the vocal cords nice and fresh. We're wearing a Survivor t-shirt in honor of the Honorable Coach Wade, who has taken his UAB Blazers to new heights here at the program. We've started the season 5-1. It's honestly, we're in position to potentially have one of our best seasons in You Love Survivor. Well, that's good to know, Cozy Bruce. We're in position to have one of the best seasons since we've taken the reins here at UAB. We've got a very fun team. I believe we've got Bryce Baker, who has been an absolute revelation. He's thrown for 1,500 yards already at the halfway point, 13 touchdowns, 9 interceptions, and he has gotten it done on the ground as well. Don't let the stats deceive you. Our hero, Bo Jackson, he has broken his collarbone for the 2nd consecutive season. He will be back. He will be back. This is not the end for Bo, but he's currently resting and recovering as we get into the middle half, towards the back half of this season. But luckily recruited a bunch of running backs behind him. So I don't know how many of them will stay after the season. We've got our do-it-all man, George Ring. He has been the anchor. Him along with Bryce Kane, they have been the anchors on the pass-catching side. Jacaden Ferguson and Robert Spain have also played meaningful roles. More so Jacaden Ferguson, but Robert Spain down the line will likely also play a bigger role. Correa has been an absolute threat in the red zone for us. Offensive line, definitely our weakest unit. We've got BJ Burks, but he is really, him and Kyrie Abel, pretty much the only 2 players to speak of along that offensive line. And then the defense has been ferocious. Antavius Elder, Camden Hardy, know the names, Jaden Scarlett, Zachariah Keith, and Deshaun Bragg. They have been monsters on our line. Nnamdi Ogboko, he is our hero senior, likely going to be the first player that we have that gets drafted. And Cornell Burden, our first 4-star we ever recruited, has been making a name for himself. We don't have a lot of depth on this team, as you can see. But we have been exceeding expectations in this 3rd year, or maybe right where we need to be in this 3rd year. We've got one great cornerback in Ben Hanks Jr. will likely also be drafted. And from there, it's really just kind of a hodgepodge of guys that are okay, not great. Wyatt Martin has been admirable in kicking duty, but, at the star skill positions, quarterback, running back, wide receiver, we have the guys to go out there and make the plays. And we've been recruiting additional players. We've been on the hunt for our first 2 5-star recruits in program history. I suppose I don't know program history, but at least since Coach Wade took over the reins at UAB, we're hot in pursuit of 2 5-star cornerbacks, as well as a host of 4-stars to really try and improve the program, get us to the place that we need to be. We've been trying a sway on Vildor because we just don't have a good grade for brand exposure, and I'm worried we're going to get caught by some of the teams trailing us. We still have a little bit of time. Our visit is coming up quite soon, so not entirely sure what week. We're in 7, so our visit is coming up in 2 weeks. So that will be a huge point that we're keeping our eye on. But up until then, we're just going to take a peek ahead at our team schedule. We've had a pretty easy schedule this season, and it shouldn't get that much more difficult in the coming weeks. We have not played a ranked team this season. We just kind of let the schedule gods give us the schedule that they chose, and we didn't tamper around with it at all. And so we've got, we won our first, or actually, I was going to say we won our first. The only loss was in our rivalry game earlier in the season. We have yet to win one, which is quite unfortunate. We don't seem to have the capability of winning any rivalry games. So that has been elusive, even though we've won a couple bowl games. Still have never beaten Memphis in the battle for the bones, and didn't beat Troy in our first crack at them this year. And then Coach Wade himself, he has been upgrading his skills. He is pretty maxed out in the motivator. We need to start getting players drafted, which is why those seniors are so important, so we can unlock the master motivator. 2 players in the first round to get talent developer. We've started going down a little bit of these some of these recruiter trees. But yeah, Coach Wade has been leveling up his skill set. But I'm itching. I'm itching to get into a game. We're going to get into it, and we are going to start against 2-4 Rice. They are 0-3 in conference play. We are, I believe, I don't think Troy was a conference opponent if I remember correctly. Yeah, so we are undefeated in conference play. And honestly, this is the kind of game that we're hoping to keep that way. We're going to be doing the full whiteout. Rice, let's see if they have... I like that blue jersey. I think we're going to be going with that throwback. It's the City Connect alternate. We're going to be going with that. We're going to be playing the moments as we always do here. And hopefully the tribe has spoken for our opponent, Rice. Undefeated. Undefeated in conference play. Not quite the same Cozy Bruce, but same idea. I'm excited. We have been on the recruiting trail in Florida. Me and Coach Wade. Coach Wade was along for the ride. So we have not had as much time to play this Dynasty, but I am excited to dive back in and just see where this team can go. How high Coach Wade can take these UAB Blazers here in Season 4. Big third down, make the stop. 3rd and 13. They've got a mile to go before they sleep. They're close. They are close to field goal range, though, so we got to try and keep them out. Looks like they're handing off. And they can't quite get the first down, although they get a big gain. 12 yards. Marcel Rugamba is down. Injury timeout. And it looks like they went for it on 4th down, and they did convert. Didn't even get the option to play. Tricky part is I'm still not the best at match coverage. Don't entirely know the assignments here. But all I know is our defense. Rayshawn Monroe making the big tackle. Again, one of our first 4-star recruits. We're going to play on the defensive line for a bit. Cornell Burden looking to create some havoc on the interior. And their running game goes absolutely nowhere. Call another blitz. And we're going to play as Ogboko on the line. And we cannot keep them out of the end zone. Unfortunate. Rice goes up 7-0. But we are in the red zone, 3rd and 3. Our first look at the offense in about a week. I'm liking Ring here. Ring is the first look. They're in a zone. They drop back. Correa's open, and he gets the first down. Big, big play. Let's look at a little read option. Reading that defensive tackle. Defensive end. And Bryce Baker rumbling forward for 9 yards. And I've been having just so much fun with this game. Let's check these blocking assignments. And we just power forward for the first down. Rashard Garrison. Let's see. We're going to be looking at Ferguson. We can't quite fit it in. That's a tight window. Maybe get a little funky with the jet touch pass. Oh, I don't love this. I don't love this at all. Call a zone run. We've got the blocking. Simply too easy for the UAB Blazers. And Coach Wade gets in. Our first touchdown back in this second half of the 4th season. Don't have to get too complicated here. Just played good smash mouth football. Coach suggestions have us calling a lot of blitzes. Ogboko stuffing the run game. I want to bring the cornerbacks further up. Let's bring Monroe down here. And Monroe gets beat. That's our guy. Touchdown. Thank you, Cozy Brews. Appreciate the support. And they are just getting closer and closer and closer. We've got to get a little pressure here with Ogboko. And the edge is set. We're holding strong. The Blazers, I feel like they consistently hold strong in the red zone. That's I mean, our interior is tighter, but that's some great blocking there. We cannot stop them. 3rd down, take control, keep the drive alive. I like this play. Be looking for how the defense responds. Nobody covered the running back, and that's a huge gain. Bryce Baker already with an interception in this game. That's not what we love to see. Honestly, little read option. Reading that defensive end. And that's a 9-yard gain. Huge gain. Saw they had light box. Decided it was time to run the football. We can set the edge. We'll get the first down. 1st and goal. We're in close. UAB, I don't really understand the blocks here. And I should audibled. We're going to call a little play action. Quick audible. And that was just that was not the throw we needed there. Not the throw we needed there. 3rd and goal. Maybe 4-down territory here. Sitting in zones. And we just can't get in. Coach Wade's an aggressive one, though. We're going to go for it here. Always looking for Correa here. And we get down to the 1, but we can't convert. That is tough. That's tough. We need those kinds of conversions in this game. Just leverage on the inside for Kane. And we take too long to get that throw off. And we're going to have to kick the field goal here. 53 yards. I'm feeling aggressive today. I think we need some quick action. And that's a first. Huge, huge play. Big conversion. 3rd down again. Let's keep the drive alive. So we're looking Ferguson, Kane, Correa. And that's just, I mean, the route's not crisp enough. Gets picked off. The defense needs our help. They're on the 14. This is not looking good. This is not looking good here early on. We've had several times where we just needed to score, and the reads were not there. They have not gotten the run game going. Ogboko, let's make some plays on the defensive line. And they are just getting closer and closer and closer. Still plenty of time, but we've got to get tough here. And we really, you know, I think about this team as having just oodles of talent, but we've still got a ways to go in recruiting to, you know, to get the team to where we need it to be. This is a game we simply must win, and now we're down 2 touchdowns. Red zone alert. The team is driven down very quickly. 2nd and 4. And 3rd and inches. Caleb Blanton has had his hands busy today. Got a lot of one-on-one. And that's just that's not what we need it to be. All right. Let's watch Ferguson on the break. Perfect throw. Jacaden Ferguson, huge play for the transfer sophomore. And they sniffed that out. Sniffed that out early. And Bryce Baker, untouched into the end zone. Huge touchdown to bring the game within 1. Still have not hit the 4th quarter. And a big interception by, it looks like, Elijah Pratt, to get us all the way back into the red zone. Still the 3rd quarter. Huge. The defense coming up absolutely, positively massive. Oh, and a big pancake block, and the score is tied yet again. We've recovered from some of these, early mishaps. And the defense is playing lights out. It's 3rd and 4. This is a huge play in this game. We're looking for Ferguson, especially if they end up blitzing. They don't. We find Kane, and he keeps these chains moving. Bryce Baker, not his best game. 1 touchdown, 3 interceptions. 3rd and 2. Coach wants us to run. We'll compromise. RPO. Box is light. We have the numbers. And we power it ahead. Rashard Garrison, 20 for 63. You'd like to see a little bit better numbers, but again, the offensive line's the weak point. Third down, yet again. We're looking for either of the tight ends. And he gets the first down. We are just slowly, methodically moving the ball. First down in the red zone. Touchdown here would be massive. And we'll take our 4. We'll take our 4. We want to keep the clock moving. That's a big play for Grubbs. We're looking to see if Ring gets open. I think he's got a good matchup over there on the outside. And he bounces off and gets down to the 1. Now, I have seen a couple guys call some QB. Let's see. Play type run. Let's get a QB run. Let's try a little QB blast. See if Bryce Baker can get into the end zone. And he walks in untouched. Huge play. We're going to go up 7. We've come back from down 21 to 7. We've come back from down 21 to 7 in the ball game. Absolutely massive play. Absolutely massive play. Cover 2. We've got to hold him here. Huge defensive stand. And the quarterback just can't escape. All we have to do is protect them from going all the way down. If they want to spend time running, that's fine by me. We're going to call a spy here. Cover 1. We're going to play on the line, Ogboko. And they convert the first down there. Defense has held strong, but we need just one more big stand here, and that should be enough. Call a timeout. Oh, and we try and hit the quarterback, but simply not enough. Got some options here. I don't love a cover 1. They're kind of moving it on us. I'm not loving this look. We want to prevent the big play, but we also don't want them to just drive down the field. And they are at the 30. They still need 7. But they are at the 30. Defensive line has to make a big play now. Let's get some pressure in. Dropping back in coverage has not worked. But I don't love our blitz options. And they're just wide open down the middle. We need to generate some pressure. We'll swap to a man look. Doubling some players. We simply have to generate some pressure on the defensive line. And their wide receiver wide open on the outside there in the red zone. We just have fallen apart when we have been asked to take control of the defense. And it hits their wide receiver in the back of the head. A lucky break for us. I want us to try and get a little pressure. Oh, and it just hangs in the air for so long. Oh man, we were so close to getting the game-saving interception. We're playing as Pratt, passing him off, and that's just weak defense. But we have a chance to drive down the field, still have 3 timeouts. See what the defense is giving us. Looks like a cover 2 man look. We're watching Garrison. But we're going to hurry up to the line. That's a great catch from Ring. Great job getting open. Stacking everybody. And we're going to call it for our first timeout here. Bryce Baker scrambles for 8. We're at the 45. We just need to get into field goal range. Looks like they might have a quarters or a cover 3 look here. Oh, and Bryce Baker, he might have it all. Bryce Baker, we're going to call a timeout. A huge play for Bryce. We're going to watch that one back. Bryce Baker, an absolutely massive run. They dropped a ton of guys back into coverage. He saw nothing but acres and acres of space. We're going to try and set this one up right down the middle. And we're going to call the field goal. We're going to let the clock tick down to about 4 seconds. We're going to call our timeout. And just as I was about to kick it, they go for the ice. And anything you can do, I can do better. We come away with a huge win. The UAB Blazers are bowl eligible just 7 games into the season. 6-1. Absolutely massive. Absolutely massive. Bryce Baker, stat line might not be what you're expecting for a player of the game. But I mean, this is the run. They're showing it right here. Or maybe not. That's not the run. I thought that was the midfield run. This is the this team could make a run at the American. We were down 21-7. Pulled it all the way back. Took a 28-21 lead. They tie it up. We drive down the field at the end of the game to get a last-second field goal. And I mean, my oh my. Bryce Baker. Again, he has 3 interceptions, no passing touchdowns. But he was an absolute threat on the ground. 2 touchdowns rushing. And the 41-yard longest run of the day is what set us up for a chip shot field goal. That really was the difference in this game. If we look on the defensive side of the ball, I'm curious to see Ogboko, as he always does, 3 tackles for loss. Ty Jackson, another 2. And then a host of guys with 1 each. Rayshawn Monroe, Cornell Burden, Elijah Pratt, Shaquez Alba. I know we had a couple interceptions in the game. Elijah Pratt and Ben Hanks Jr. No fumbles forced. But that's just, I mean, that's an all-around beautiful game. And I want to go back. Let's see. This rush at the end from Bryce Baker. You know, we've got 40 seconds left. Drops back to pass. I'm curious if there's anybody open. We zoom out a little bit. I don't see anybody that is immediately open. They've dropped a ton of guys back into coverage. And so what does Bryce do? He takes off with his feet. Great block from Correa. And Bryce just, I mean, that was a crucial run. I thought he might, you know, be off to the races with a full head of steam, but that Correa block, you know, gets us 20 extra yards easily. Bryce Baker just absolutely wants it more. And UAB moved to 6-1 on the season. Undefeated in conference play. The American Conference Championship game. It's ever so close. It's ever closer. Coach Wade has the boys absolutely fired up. And Bryce Baker, honestly, a huge reason for it. Transfer portal get. Bobby Collier, it is looking like we might be at risk of losing him. Hello, viewers. It looks like we are at risk of losing Bobby Collier. That's unfortunate. We're in a recruiting battle. We're going to see if we have what it takes. 6-1, though, here in this 4th season with the UAB Blazers has gone quite well. Quite well. We have lost. We're starting to lose ground on these 2 5-star cornerbacks that we are aggressively pursuing. We have made a successful sway, which is absolutely huge. So now we can pitch. We can pitch our successful sway as the hard sell, which is these 2 pitches. Perfect. Absolutely massive. We might get back into the lead. Hello, viewers. We might get back into the lead on Anthony Vildor. This would be the first 5-star recruit in program history for UAB, and Coach Wade would be absolutely massive. So I'm looking forward to possibly doing that. We've been trying to sway on coachability playing time because we have 2 grades that are F, and it has not been working. I don't know, viewers. I don't know if the sway is worth the time investment because as you can see, we're rapidly losing ground to Tennessee and of course our arch rivals, our hated rivals in the battle for the bones, the Memphis Tigers. So as great as it would be to sway, I might give it one more week. I don't know. That's kind of where I'm at. We're doing great on Duzabel. We're going to lose Huma, so we pulled our hours on him. Devin Manning, also going quite well. We're winning some 4-stars, which is always good to see. I really hope we can get Zeke Karoma this week. Otherwise, OU next week. It's tricky. State did just have their visit, so we could come back here. Don't know if it's worth us scheduling a visit, though. Frederick Duff is looking good. A bunch of 3-stars that we're not actively putting points into. And then Marlon Creech, who we wanted because he's a speedster with 91 speed right off the box. So he should be a... What number season are we at now? We are in Season 4. We'll go over Coach Wade's successes and failures in a moment here. But wanted to give you a little recruiting update. So these would be, if we can get one of these cornerbacks, this would be the first 5-star in program history. And now we're in a place where we're consistently competing for not just 1, 2, but any number of 4-stars. So this has been Season 4, the Gas League season. Yes, in fact, the Gas League season. Which makes sense because it's almost unexplainable, the results that Coach Wade is getting in this. I don't know why it says 2025 was before Coach Wade signed. That's incorrect. This was the first season, 6-7. won the Hawaii Bowl, the Sheridan Hawaii Bowl in 2026, made it to a bowl, did not win it last season, and off to an incredible start, matching our win total from 2025 already this season. So, off to a great start. Bo Jackson, still injured, broke his collarbone for the second consecutive season, pretty early on in this. I think it might have been in the second game, either the first or second game. He'll be back soon, fortunately for us. But in his stead, transfer quarterback Bryce Baker has stepped in and has just been phenomenal for us. A threat on the ground, can do it in the air too. Don't let the 82 overall deceive you. He has been a force to be reckoned with, as has really a trio of wide receivers. Jacaden Ferguson, Bryce Kane, and George Ring. George Ring, the transfer from Ohio State, wasn't getting playing time in Columbus, and he has come here, and he has been just an absolute star. Bryce Kane has been with us, I believe, the entire Dynasty, and he will finish out his career. Maybe he'll get drafted. Unclear. And Jacaden Ferguson, we picked up in the portal. He has made a major impact too. Yeah, Bo keeps getting injured. It's tough. We even have the wear and tear settings to be, keeping the guys fresh so that they minimize the injuries. But, cheap viewers. Oh my God, I gotta ban this guy. How do we do that? There we go. Ban. Goodbye. I know that there's some settings to auto ban, but I don't know them. Wow, they are a 54 overall team. The Charlotte 49ers, they've fallen on some hard times. That's all we'll say. We're going to go with the whiteouts again. The Gold Rush alternate, my God, those are ugly jerseys. Do they have another option? Charlotte, they don't have good jersey options. Gonna play the moments. I mean, 30 overalls better than Charlotte. We need to absolutely destroy them. But you never know. It is college football. Any given Saturday, as they say. But this team is not good. So I fully expect us to steamroll this one. Fully expect a steamrolling. UAB has won 3 in a row. We're in the red zone immediately. That's a great sign. It is pouring rain. You could probably count the number of students, the number of fans in the fan section on a few hands. The vibes are not immaculate here. We've got the blocks. Should have the personnel. And Rashard Garrison has filled in for Bo. Obviously not the running back Bo is, but he has stepped in and filled in admirably. Gonna look at Ring. Waited just long enough, and Charlotte. Charlotte, but the RL is silent. That's a good one. That's a good one, dearest guy. That was quite easy. Maybe the Charlotte student section is, in fact, wishing for a gas leak right now so they don't have to watch any more of this god-awful football team. The world may never know. They're sending a blitz. I think we're going to get to the outside. Bryce Baker, he's ripping it up the sideline. One man to beat. And Bryce Baker breaks the safety's ankles on his way to the touchdown. Talk about escaping the pocket. We have a true dual threat quarterback here at UAB. Oh my. I want to see the end of that run again. I think that had to be 55 yards for the touchdown. Doesn't see anything he likes. Filthy. Bryce Baker, that defensive tackle was never catching up to him. The safety takes a poor angle. Oh my goodness, and he falls. He does completely break his ankles. I mean, not too many do it better. We are still in the first quarter. And Bryce has not heard any bells. Let's see if they blitz. They're not bringing heat. Bryce just falls down. That's a second rush. He can get it done with his legs. 2nd and 6. We're in the red zone yet again. Charlotte living up to its horrific overall. We get 4 yards. We will take it. Just trying to get some easy gains. Don't love this. We're going to audible to a slant. They are just not covering the quarterback, so that means it's time to take off. Bryce has the legs. He's got the ability to do so. And if they don't respect him, we're just going to walk in for the touchdown. This one is getting ugly quite early. I can't imagine the fans stay around much longer. They're going for it on 4th down. We are still in the first half. That is how dire the situation is. Those helmets are kind of clean, though. I'm not even going to lie. We're covering the back. They cannot get the first down. They cannot get the first down. Brutal scenes for Charlotte. 2-minute drill. Let's get some points. We're already up 21-0. We're really just, this is adding insult to injury here. George Ring gets the block. We're going to play a little hurry-up football here. A little hurry-up. Let's feed George. I think I accidentally just called the exact same play that we just ran. And what a catch. Bryce Baker getting it done through the air with his legs early. It is crazy how good a team can feel when you have an elite quarterback. Or a quarterback that just has multiple options, multiple ways he can beat you. We might take a shot to Kane. He looked open. Bryce Kane, what a catch. What a catch. Sorry, excuse me, not Bryce Kane. No, it is Bryce Kane. Bryce to Bryce. It always trips me up. Bryce Baker to Bryce Kane. They share the same name and the same love of football. We're going to call the timeout here. And this is really a game to just enjoy. We're not going to get too many that are this easy. And simply too easy. Correa, red zone threat. He just has that dog in him. He's not a high overall. But in the red zone, I often find he is getting open against these linebackers, these slow linebackers. Gavin Correa, an afterthought in the portal. We just needed bodies at tight end. And he's scored 4 or 5 touchdowns for us this season. He has been absolutely incredible. 3rd down on the 28. We have dominated time. We have dominated this game. I simply don't think this coverage is going to be enough to stop George Ring. And if that pass was on the money, I think we had him. He had gotten open. And we are not really even getting into this game. Nothing much has happened. If you're a Blazers fan at home, you're cuddled up. You've probably fallen asleep. This looks like it might be one of those, Thursday night or Tuesday night games, Wednesday night games. The Blazers have lulled you to sleep with how sound their play has been. Going to be looking deep, but Correa is he's the read. 4th and inches, we're going for it. Well, it doesn't give us the option. They're going for it on 4th down. Don't know why I clicked in. 34-0. The game is over. The game is over. We will try and get some pressure. The defense has played phenomenally. The offense Bryce Baker is all you need to know. And that is just a beautiful sack. Only rushing 4. We're already in the red zone. Simply too easy. It may be time for the backups very, very soon. And we don't get the blocking there. But I do want to run up the score just a little bit more. Once more. Ring should have, nope. And that was, see, this is what happens when you get greedy. That's what happens when you get greedy. Bryce Baker throws an interception. There are too many bodies over the middle, and the defense gives it right back. They're begging us to score more. They're begging us to score more. And in heartbreaking news, I've just gotten a Twitter notification. It appears the Seattle Mariners, I believe, yeah, the Seattle Mariners are going to acquire Eugenio Suarez, which means my beloved Chicago Cubs will not get his services. Breaking news here live on the stream. That's unfortunate. That is unfortunate. We will see who they add. Cubs don't need him. They need some pitching. That's about right. And UAB doesn't seem to need anyone. We need to officially. It says starters. We've seen this before. The starters will actually be in unless I do it like that. So we've got the backups in. Nightmare. Dearest Guy, I don't know if you were here when we recruited Nightmare. Got him on the squad. He played briefly last season before we recruited Bryce Baker. So Nightmare is our backup quarterback. Have not needed his services much this season. But he's all right. I'll put it that way. And we just step up into some heat. Step up into some heat with Nightmare. You did name Nightmare. Oh, I remember. 44-0. That's what we call an absolute beatdown in the business. Bryce Baker. Who else? Absolute difference maker for the program, for the Dynasty. He feels like he can do anything with the ball in his hand. He can run. I mean, I don't know if we even need to look at these stats. It was just not close whatsoever. Excuse me, did that say did their starting quarterback go 8 for 18 for 78 yards? And then they brought in a backup who went 1 for 11 for 18 yards. Oh my. Oh my. That's horrible. Bryce Baker, 23 for 35, 222 yards. A little low yardage-wise, but 3 touchdowns. Again, gets it done on the ground, leads the team in rushing. 73 yards, 1 touchdown. I mean, that's back-to-back games. He's busted off a huge run. That one's 51. Last game, he busted off a 40-yard run to seal the deal on that game. So, I mean, he has been phenomenal. George Ring, 7 for 62. Gavin Correa, 7 for 51. Both of them get a touchdown. Bryce Kane, 3 for 55. I mean, just the whole team is eating. I feel like defensively, we had to have absolutely feasted. Oh, my goodness. So many tackles for loss. Camden Hardy with 2, and then Kyle Blade, Ty Jackson, Cornell Burden, Matthew Seitz, Kenton Allen, Ogboko. I mean, they're all getting in on the party. 2 interceptions, Hanks and Monroe. No fumbles. But, I mean, that's what you want to see. That's what you want to see if you're a UAB Blazers fan. That is exactly what you want to see. Now, next week is quite possibly our biggest week of the season. We have one of our 2 5-star cornerbacks visiting, and we simply must win. If I remember correctly, Florida Atlantic has played respectably. 3-1 in conference. Won't be an easy game, but we need to win it. We need to win it. This is the chance to get our first 5-star in the history of the program. Simply has to get done. Simply has to get done. And we do get Zeke Karoma, defensive tackle. I had mentioned I really wanted to get him before the visit. We get a 4-star defensive tackle. Defensive tackle university. Keep him churning. And it looks like we got some updates on said 5-stars. School update. Not much changing. We're at risk of losing some guys to coach prestige. That could change if we have a good season here. Vildor, we're in 3rd, but again, we have the visit this week that could be absolutely massive in our recruitment. So if we sort, it is wire to wire here, and we have the earliest visit. We've got a great pitch on him after the sway. Playing time, playing style, coach stability. Much better than anything with brand exposure. Wish we could put more hours in on the visit this week. He's got Frederick Duff as a complimentary visit. So, lower tier opponent. Don't love that. Tim Miles will be on campus next week. Our sway has not worked yet again. I am so conflicted right now because I think Tennessee, I don't think we have the grades to soft sell him. I think we have to try one more time. I think it's risky, but I think it's necessary. Nicholas Duzabel. They are gaining on him, but they did just have their week 8 visit. We're going to bring him in on a week 10 visit, just in case, and sell him on playing time. And we'll see if we have anybody that we can bring him in on. Huma is gone. Huma is gone. He will not be a Blazer. And let's see. We're going to go to who is ready for a visit. Bobby Collier is ready for a visit. That's a competitive visit, though. I think we're going to lose Bobby. I don't know. That one's also really, really close. But we don't have any complimentary visits. Maybe should have set that up better so we had a better shot at Duzabel. But Frederick Duff, he'll be on campus this week. Vildor, who is our Anthony Vildor, we are so close to getting him. It is neck and neck. If we don't get him this week with a big visit, with a big win, he may well choose Georgia Tech next week. So a lot on the line. We're trying to sway Miles again. We have 25 hours to spend. Marlon Creech, it appears we are moving along for him. Devin Manning doesn't like our playing style. We're going to spend another 20 hours to bring him onto campus. To hopefully expedite that process before Pitt can get in week 13. And then outside of that, there's simply not much we can do on some of these close guys. I know Alexander had wanted Jamie Gizzy, so we will search his social media. We will search his social media. But honestly, none of this matters. We're going to check. I'm so curious. Is Bo back this week or is that next week? Unfortunately, Bo is going to miss this key game. Would love to have his services for this one. We won't have them. We're going to have to win on the back of Bryce Miller. Huge, huge game. They are significantly worse on just a ratings, from just a ratings standpoint. We're wearing the All Blacks, or we'll say mostly blacks. Because, you got to look good to feel good, and you got to feel good to win big. So Coach Wade seeking his 8th win. This would tie our most wins in our 4 years, and we'd still have plenty to go. 5-star cornerback is in attendance. 4-star free safety. A lot on the line here. Still undefeated in conference play. So let's see where our first moment. 3rd down. Take control. Keep the drive alive. The stands steadily getting more filled. Still, I mean, there's still obviously work to do. Ring. We're waiting for him to get open. George Ring, big play. Gets down to the 7. Rashard Garrison is injured. He's our starting running back right now. That is not good. But the offensive line held up beautifully there. We had enough time to wait for Ring to just completely cross the field, get open. He has the speed. He has 99 speed, so he can make things happen. Correa. And I didn't see anything, so we climbed the pocket. Bryce Baker making it done, getting it done with his legs as he has all season. An absolute beast. An absolute beast. And Bryce, dance how you want to. The fans are going crazy. We've got to fill that upper portion of the stands there. We need to get more students. Climbs the pocket beautifully. And we take the early lead. 3rd down again. The defense playing well in the simulation. Let's get it done. We're going to be looking at Kane, but I am keeping my eye on the outside. And the running back gets it down to the 4. Bryce Baker places that ball perfectly. I saw that cornerback just keep trickling up. Let's see. They're pinching the middle. I think we have a shot on the outside. Simply too easy for Grubbs. And we go up 14-0 early on. UAB Blazers in their pursuit of the 8-1 record and our first 5-star in program history. Anthony, he's out there watching. He's among this crowd somewhere. Doug Grubbs is getting him fired up to go don the green and black. Playing well. We don't get a moment, but the defense holds them to 3. I think this screen can work here. They read it. They read it all day and night. Went into autopilot mode a little bit there. 47-yarder. Not much wind. And that one should have the distance. Ooh, I did not know about that. But we keep it a 14. We get a 14-point lead back after they had scored a field goal on the other end. Oh man, I like the look for George Ring on the outside, but he's got safety help. And Bryce Baker, I mean, simply you got to put a quarterback spy on him, because if he's not seeing anything downfield, I know he is fast enough that we can just make some things happen. Let's see if they drop their linebackers into coverage. Ooh, that's a big hit from Bryce Baker. But he's just too good. He's just too strong. We're gonna check his wear and tear. Got a little bit of damage, but nothing too bad. We don't want him to take too many of those hits, but every now and then. It's okay. I don't love this play. That's better. Jacaden Ferguson. Think he has a shot on this route. just can't get the separation, but he gets tackled in the end zone. That seems like it should not be allowed. I'll be honest. No mistakes here. And Reyna doesn't turn around for the ball. Unfortunate. We will take another 3 points, though. And that's, I mean, sometimes you just got to take your points. It's not satisfying. Whoa, 34-6. This is what happens when you play the moments, I suppose. I had no idea what happened there. Oh, they spread us out. But they are going for it here on 4th down. I have no idea how we have scored. We're going to check after this. They score. We're going to check. I think it's in coaching. No. Stats. Yeah, how have we scored? Let's see. 82-yard pass to George Ring from Bryce Baker. Oh, my. And then Ben Hanks, pick 6. Okay. Well, I suppose makes sense why we didn't get in on the action. Red zone alert. Take advantage of the field position. This one is in blowout territory, which is, I mean, that's very helpful for the visits. George Ring should get the easy beat here. And Ring, I mean, he's fast. He's got great route running. I think there's a chance that he doesn't come back for another season. He's a redshirt sophomore, so he theoretically could get drafted this year. I mean, he's just speed demon. Appears they scored again. You know, it's the one thing. The moments they give, the moments they take. Would love to have played a little bit more, but I believe the barometer for a blowout game is a 17-point win. Screen, no. Man, their quarterback has cooked us. He has cooked us. But we're still up 21. I want to hold on to this blowout. I'm not concerned about us losing this game. Famous last words. But I want to hold on to the blowout. And they can't convert. Their quarterback has been in. They're going for the onside kick. Well, hopefully our defense can recover. Now, I am going to get a little greedy here. Because I do believe it is 17 points to get the blowout win. And I really want that. I really want that first 5-star. Oh no. Oh no, timeout. Oh no, we get a little greedy. Bryce Baker goes down. Bryce Baker goes down. Maybe this is the injury gods telling me to stop going for the additional points, but substitute nightmare. So Nightmare is still in. That's good. That's good. We'll let the clock run down. But we are going to kick the field goal if nothing else. Flew too close to the sun. Yeah, I mean, truly. It all depends on if Bryce Baker has an actual injury or not. Touchdown would be huge if we don't get it. Calling a timeout, kicking the field goal, but we get in for a touchdown. Rubbing the dirt in their face. Hopefully Bryce Baker is okay. I do feel a little bad before really going for that blow. And of course, player of the game. I believe he's been player of the game every single game. That's how good the season has been. We go to 8-1 on the season, 5-0 here in the 4th season with the UAB Blazers. The real question, there's 2 things that we were really interested in seeing. Is Bryce Baker... I don't see the little injury symbol next to him, so I'm hopeful we avoided a longer-term injury. 18 for 27, 274 passing yards, 2 touchdowns. He had the long bomb to George Ring. He picks up another 40 on the ground and a touchdown. Doug Grubbs snags 2 touchdowns on the day. Rashard Garrison. None of our running backs have been phenomenal. George Ring, have yourself a day. 6 for 154 and 2 touchdowns. That might be the George Ring masterclass performance we have been waiting to see. I believe he upgraded himself recently. We have auto upgrading on. I just think it makes more sense realistically to not be able to control how the players develop. And George Ring's up to a 93. I think he was a 91 before. I don't think we are going to get him for even his junior season. I believe he will declare for the draft. We will see, though. Defensively, Cornell Burden, 2 tackles for loss, 2 sacks. Kenton Allen, a tackle for loss. Camden Hardy, 1 tackle for loss and 1 sack. Ogboko adds another. Parker Flavors, incredible name, 8 tackles. Hanks with another interception. I don't know how many he's had in the season, but I feel like every single game he's getting a pick, and he returned that interception for a touchdown. But all that aside, we win the game. That's wonderful. We want to know, how is Bryce Baker, and what was the impact on the 5-star? We're going to go to the injury report. Let's see. Bryce Baker not on there, and once we advance the week, Bo Jackson will be back. Phew. That is good to know. And then we can go into recruiting just before we see anything. I think we should be able to see what the impact of the visit was. No, we won't be. We won't be able to see. We will see it in about 5 seconds. Advancing the week, 8-1, 5-0 in conference play. Best season for UAB. We have a signing. Anthony Vildor sees the beatdown against FAU, and he decides he wants to be the first 5-star commitment to the Blazers in our program's history. Talk about a signature moment for the Dynasty, for Coach Wade. He's worked his magic, executed brilliantly. The boys pulled through on a key visit week, and we've signed Anthony Vildor, edging out Florida State and Georgia Tech. That is a huge, huge get for the team. Championship contender is all the way up to A-. We are ranked. We are also ranked for the first time in program history, number 21 in the nation. The UAB, your UAB Blazers, A- championship contender. Who would have thought we would see this day? Who would have thought? Again, that's a huge, huge get. Frederick Duff is on the doorstep. He will be a Blazer as well. We lose out on Collier to Mississippi State, but I don't care because Anthony will be a Blazer, and we're ranked. I mean, not a bad day. Ben Hanks, American Defensive Player of the Week. He had the touchdown too. Everything is coming up UAB at the moment. We've got a ton of hours to spend too. Tim Miles, did our sway work? It has not. We want Bama. We do want Bama. Now I must say, schedule has been a little easy. Oh man, I think week 9. I think we need some sort of boost. I just don't think these grades are good enough, and I think if we I think we have to keep trying to sway Tim Miles. I'm going to go look, actually, and see if we have enough coach points to do anything with swaying. Unfortunately, we would need 24 points. We have 10. We could get it on quarterbacks, but that's good to know. You need to get all the way to the 5th tier. Our prestige is going up. You know, Coach Wade's getting into a good place with this team. I mean, is it crazy to say, could we? App State is currently in there. App State's currently in there. All I'm saying is, I won't even verbalize it. I won't vocalize it. Because the mere thought scares me. But could we? You know, we haven't lost the conference game. We actually don't play Tulane this season. It's kind of a lucky break. We've got Memphis left on the schedule. Obviously, Tulsa this week. And I believe that gets us up. Who else is on the schedule? And Navy, who has been awful. I mean, make no mistake, we've played a very easy schedule. I don't want to get it twisted, but we've also played well. You can only play. You can only beat the opponents that are placed in front of you. So, 3 huge games left. We could be playing for the American Conference Championship if things go well. And that's a big if. I think we have to still continue to sway Tim Miles. I think we're going to get Nicholas Duzabel too. We've got the visit this week, and we're in the lead. I don't think there's anything West Virginia can do to keep up. Devin Manning also coming on a visit. Pitt is slowly gaining some ground. Our playing style, not the best grade. Bobby Collier, we'll keep him on the board for now. Frederick Duff is just there. I think we'll get him this week. Jamie Gizzy, he is the #1 ranked kicking recruit in the nation. We are the only one who see his potential. The only ones who see his potential. Marlon Creech, we've just been sending the house on him. That's probably not the most effective use, given that we have good grades on never remember the hard sells. Marlon Creech, with a name like that, you could become a conference legend. Isaiah Maurer, I mean, we haven't even offered him a scholarship yet. I can't see from my end the upper corner, and maybe you can see it. How many scholarships have we offered, my dear viewers? I can't actually tell from where I am. The little recording thing blocks it. So I don't know how many of these. I know we put a lot of these guys on the board. Just to see once we got through some of our bigger names. Hometown hero for Tavares Briggs, excuse me. 100 hours left. If there's any 4 stars left on the board, which doesn't look like it. Devonta Slayton, we've offered. Let's see. Trying to see the ones that have scholarships. I can't really tell how many scholarships we have offered. We have it for Devonta Slayton. Let's get him out of the way. He likes our program, so we'll just hard sell. Hard sell hometown hero for Devonta Slayton. Maurice Angel has gem. I think he's another hometown hero. All these guys want to be the hero. So we will see how that goes. 13 out of 35 scholarships. Okay, that tracks. I think it would probably go down if we remove Bobby. Once we get some of these guys that are super close, we'll have more hours to scout and fully flesh out the board. Another big game here against Tulsa. Just a big game in that we have some recruits coming, and that we're ranked for the first time. and that Bo Jackson is back. Maybe I have to edit the. Do I have to edit the injury report here or the depth chart here? Let's see. Did they put Bo back in his rightful place? Bo Jackson finally back after breaking his collarbone for the second consecutive season. He looks awesome. Playing up to an 89. George Ring is just a true 93, not even playing up to it. I mean, if he were to stay, and it's quite unlikely, he still has so much room to grow. But I have a sinking feeling that he will be going to the draft after this season. Now, to be clear, we didn't redshirt him. We recruited him because Ohio State redshirted him. The team is just slowly getting better because we do get additional XP boosts with some of our perks for these 3-game win streaks. So super helpful. We'll go with the all greens in this one. Tulsa's uniforms also, I mean, not the prettiest. I don't even understand how this is different. Talk about, I mean, that's not really a different option, I would say. The away option versus away option 2. I don't know. We're ranked. We've gotten our first 5-star in program history. The arrow is pointing up on UAB football. If we're able to win this game, most wins since Coach Wade took over. We've already tied that record with 8. 8-1. I mean, we have our eyes on the American Conference Championship. And really nothing less. Red zone alert. It looks like, let's see. I can actually go to the Super Sim. Interception by Kenny Pete for 56 yards. I mean, the defense has been playing lights out too. Baker's in. I don't see Bo Jackson for whatever reason. Maybe they're easing him in. Baker escapes the pocket, gets out of bounds. Just smart football. We'll try and get Bo in some space. Where is Bo? I mean, what is going on? Tell me he's not on the injury report. No injured players. Bo? Hello, where are you? There we go. Yeah, Bo is going to be the yeah, but Bo's just, we want Bo. And was that a false start or that jumped offside? Nice. Give us our free 5 yards. That flag was too quick. We'll take the 1st and goal. 2,250 yards, 18 touchdowns. He does have a little bit of an interception problem. A lot of that is on me. And at long last, after a long wait, Bo Jackson back in the game. He gets us down to the 1. Can't quite get it in. I love seeing that committed recruit screen. The 11th best player in the nation. He understands what we're doing here, wants to be a Blazer. And Bo gets some great blocks, gets into the end zone. Simply beautiful play. Doesn't have to do too much. Let it be easy. Let it be easy, Bo. You know, we're easing him back in from that big injury. Defense does need our help now. Well, they got us in that great field position to start the game with the big interception from Kenny Pete. So let's return the favor. Putting a man in motion. And absolutely nowhere to go. And nobody else. Who else could it be but Nnamdi Ogboko? Our absolute... I mean, I am going to be very, very sad when he graduates. He has been a force of nature for us on the defensive line. Getting pressure on the quarterback. Doing it all. We have not gotten to get into the game in a minute. But it's a red zone alert. 1st down and 10. Let's pour on the heat. Bryce Kane can't hang on to the ball. I liked the look there. I thought he had gotten a step. Keeping an eye on Ferguson here. It's not the biggest play, but this is, you know, you just keep it cooking. Oh, Jackson up the seam. That could be the look. Bo. And Bo can't quite get there. I could have reached out, but I was a little scared. 1 yard line. Garrison comes in. Bo took a bit of a shot. And Garrison dives into the end zone. UAB celebrates the touchdown. I mean, talk about the season that Coach Wade is having at UAB. It has been a fun one. It has been a fun one. Let's try to attack the seam here. I mean, I think, let's check the matchups. If Ring gets a step on the outside, oof. The rush got home all too quick. Big field goal. 50-yarder. Should be fairly makeable. Wind at our backs. That was... oh, man. That was a shank. What just happened there? Looked like we got another interception. Let's just look. Interception. Rayshawn Monroe, 39 yards. And then a pass to George Ring to get us into the red zone. All Blazers here early. Let's try and get Bo Jackson in space. Follow the blocks. Stretches out for the touchdown. Muscles it in. Bryce to Bo. What a connection these two have. And just scoring early and often. We are still playing on Heisman. The level of competition has not been the greatest. But we've said we won't leave the American until we can win the conference. So, you know, it's a huge opportunity for us to make a statement and then possibly go on to bigger and better things. An additional challenge here with our Blazers. We're going to see if Kane pulls that corner, pulls that safety, maybe leaving Ferguson open. Ferguson is open. Great throw by Bryce Baker. And Jacaden Ferguson sneakily has, I feel like he just has great hands. Kane and Ring, obviously, the focal points of the offense. But Ferguson is just, he's sneaky. I mean, I don't love these looks. Get out of bounds with Bryce Baker. Use his legs. Keep it going. I kind of want Ring on the outside. One-on-one. Oh, and George, I thought about clicking onto him. I just wanted to see if he could burn him deep. Take the shot on first down. See what they give you. And oh, that's not Terrence Ferguson. That's Jacaden Ferguson. I keep thinking of the real-life NFL player. Jacaden Ferguson runs a beautiful route. And we are making it late early here in this game. Like Bo on the outside. 5 yards. They're starting to call timeouts. They think they have a shot at scoring, so they want to conserve time. Funny. Gonna get into this gap. Bo gets a couple. 9 for 22 today. A little slow in his start. Don't love to see that. He came out swinging. Ring can get a step here. Too easy. George Ring, another touchdown. 28-0 in the first half. The Blazers are simply in a league of their own. The quality is outclassing the American, and we have the ball yet again in the first half. And Bo Jackson, he's welcoming the route. UAB fans, they might leave at halftime just because of how in control this game is. Again, famous last words, but we're playing lights out. They're going for it on 4th down. I simply don't care. We'll play a little bit more with the offense. Seems like they've gotten some garbage time yards. I mean, I want to put Ferguson on streak. And Ferguson is just, I thought he had him beat. Cornerback gets back. And I didn't even mean to play this. You know what? No. We're going back into the simulation. Key moments. We're skipping this one. They weren't down 34. Or 32, excuse me. I wouldn't care. But this game, shades of the game against Charlotte. 35-3. I mean, after the second quarter, we basically didn't need to do anything. Bo Jackson, player of the game. 51 yards on the ground. Not the best game, but he did have 3 touchdowns. So, you know, that has to count for something. I don't know why one of the highlight plays was one of the few times they stopped us in the entire game. But, suppose I don't get to choose that. I mean, it simply seemed... I mean, we dominated. This is how we won the game. 3 interceptions, a fumble lost. We played a clean game. Didn't turn the ball over whatsoever. Bryce Baker, 19 for 31, 235, 2 touchdowns. On the ground, Bo with 51 yards. Not the best game on the ground for the team. I simply think they didn't have to do too much. Jacaden Ferguson, huge game. He might have, if he had scored a touchdown, maybe he would have been the player of the game. 8 for 133. George Ring a little quiet. Bryce Kane a little quiet. Bo having more yards than them is a little concerning. Defense was just playing out of their mind. Ogboko, 3 tackles for a loss, half a sack. Camden Hardy picked up another sack. Dylan Kidd with the sack. The interceptions went to Dwayne James, Rayshawn Monroe, and Kenny Pete. Equitable distribution of the interceptions. I don't think there were any touchdowns. Cornell Burden looks like he got injured. We'll have to check that out. Hopefully that's nothing serious. Huge for all the recruits that were in attendance. I mean, that was a beat down again. We'll get a blowout tag for that one. We are 9-1, 6-0 in conference. Don't tell me you're starting to believe, chat. Because I'm starting to believe. I've always believed in Coach Wade. But I never know what heights we could soar to. Frederick Duff, the free safety who was visiting along with Anthony, our cornerback, last week. He commits this week. We've got another commit from Nicholas Duzabel. You'll believe when I see OT. I'll believe when you see it. Okay, I was like, OT, you want OT? We haven't even needed the team to play in the second half in recent games. Nicholas Duzabel from Milwaukee. He's coming to UAB. We've got another commit, Marlon Creech. The commits are fast and furious. Devin Manning from Orange Park. Tim Miles has jumped us all the way to number 1 after that visit. I'm praying that our sway attempt worked. Our brand exposure is up to a C-, finally. It has taken a minute. We're up to 21. Or were we at 21 before? I can't remember if we were 21 or 23. Frederick Duff has signed. Nicholas Duzabel has signed. Marlon Creech has signed. Devin Manning has signed. Tim Miles, our second 5-star. He's close. He's close to signing. We've gotten I mean, we're making big moves. Dennis Prude. Do we want a Prude at UAB? Questions that need answers. But first, we will go into recruiting. We're going to have a lot of hours to spend. After that, please tell me that the sway has worked. This is huge. We stuck on it. Our other pitch was going to be horrible. This pitch, the clutch, is far better. Will it allow us to win out on our second 5-star? I still don't know. But boy, after that visit, I mean, if we look at this visit, that was a huge, huge gain. Lower tier opponent, but plus a blowout. Didn't have any complimentaries, so we could have set that up better. But it pushed us all the way into first. Tennessee doesn't have their visit week until week 12. I don't know. With this new pitch after the sway, Tim Miles, I mean, to bring 2 5-star cornerbacks in the same class would be quite a coup. Quite a coup. But our class is already looking great. Anthony Vildor headlining it. Nicholas Duzabel, Devin Manning, all these 4-stars. Zeke Karoma, Frederick Duff. We're picking up 4-stars. We lost some along the way, but right now that's 4 4-stars, a 5-star, and a potential other 5-star. Now we're kind of feasting in the land of some of these 3-stars. We've got a gem here. Jamie Gizzy. We know we'll figure out his hard sell soon. I'm not really concerned on a lot of these guys on figuring out their hard sell when we're the only team recruiting them. We got a right tackle who's a gem, who we know is a gem. I think what we do now is we look at some of these guys. We don't need to... We have the freedom to scout. And Dennis Prude is, in fact, a gem. So I do think I want him. We're going to send the house. We actually know his deal breaker right off the bat. Proximity to home, playing style. Proximity to home, playing style, coach stability. He's a team player. Dennis Prude. We want you. We want you here at UAB. Tavares Briggs, we're going to get him. Central Hester. Not a gem. D'Angelo Paul is a pure blocker, so we'll bow out on him. We've wasted a decent amount of these points, but honestly, that's fine. We are getting a lot of the guys that we want. Dennis Prude. Isaiah Maurer, I'm still not sure on. Moshood. We always need more offensive linemen. Okay, so this is how it's set up. We've swayed Miles. I believe we had swayed Vildor too. And now we just, you know, we play the next week and we see how it goes. The sway on Miles is absolutely huge. Bobby Collier, I'm hoping there's some way he decommits. But I think, let's see the time. Let's see, okay. It's a little hot in here. UAB has won 6 in a row and will look to continue momentum against Navy. We're going to check the bracket. App State still edging us out at the moment. Unfortunate. They are undefeated. We'll check the conference standings. Tulane, still 5-0. We look to be the class of the conference. Still some good teams. Memphis falling on some tough times. They always play us tough. I'm thinking this might be a shorter stream. We'll see. I'm thinking we play Navy and then we save, because after Navy, we've got Rivalry Week. I think we're actually, well, it depends on the Navy game, but I'm pretty sure every other team, we can only get 2 more losses in conference play. So I believe we are guaranteed. No, we're not. We're not. Let's if we win this game, which I am hopeful that we do. We'll see where we go from there. It is a whiteout yet again. We're gonna play Navy. Always a challenge to scheme up Navy. We had the, I believe it was against Navy, the iconic Bo Jackson catch in overtime. The octopus to get the win. It is not raining today. And we are ready to continue our run in conference play. Cannot afford to take losses if we're trying to make it into the college football playoff. Well, let's blaze up. Let's blaze up. We've had a great season on the recruiting front, on the field. I mean, let's keep putting it together. Maybe surprise some folks. Make a run. Because I think if we do make the playoff, I know I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's focus on Navy. 3rd and inches. Prime bow time. Got the blocking. Let him get set. And Bo leans forward, gets the first. And we're in the red zone. At the 12-yard line. A lot of space for Ring. I almost want to get Ring on an out route. He gets his 5 yards. We'll take it. We'll just keep moving those chains. Keep getting closer. They're blitzing. Ring wide open in the end zone. Simply too easy. Simply easy reads. Defense needs the help, though. I'm not sure how much help I'm going to provide here. Let's do some hard flats. Honestly, not always sure how to defend this. And also, what has happened? I know that was just a horrible defense. Cornell Burden has a broken wrist. That's not great. Navy is cooking. Cornell Burden with a broken wrist does limit our defensive potential. It does limit the defensive potential, honestly. Ty Jackson, big play. We're blitzing again. Let's crash. And they can't get anything going. Let's play hard. Play hard in the red zone. 9-1, our best season since Coach Wade took over. 21 in the country, but we're on the ropes here. And we can't make the user pick. They're going for it on 4th and goal. We're calling different blitz packages. Try and get open. And a big stop. They can't convert when they try and go through the air. That's huge. And we're back in the red zone. Blazers are cooking up something good to eat. Garrison is wide open. They blitz from the cornerback, comes in on the blitz, and simply nobody is covering our running back on the outside. They're going for it on 4th down. We'll play the moment. We've been playing aggressively, calling the blitzes. Ogboko, our powerful defensive lineman, and we stop them yet again. They have not been able to get anything going against the defense. I mean, look, are they a 1-8 team? Yes. Has the defense stepped up? Two things can be true at the same time. We're going to do a quarterback draw. Bryce Baker. Offensive line gets the push. Did not mean for Baker to dive forward like that. Wanted him to give himself up. We do score the touchdown. Going forward on 4th down yet again. Does this team not learn? It seems we need to take them back to the classroom and teach them the lesson yet again. That they do convert that time. Maybe we're the ones that need to learn. We seem to have stopped them yet again. I don't know how our defense is this stout. We have been converting. And I just didn't see anything I liked. So Bryce Baker will take the sack. I tried to climb the pocket there. He's not been taking big sacks, I'll tell you that. Pause. Let's get Kane. Let's get Kane on the streak. And that draws the defenders away from Reyna. We play selfless football around here. But we are looking unstoppable offensively. I mean, we've been playing some bad competition, but I mean, first half every time we're putting up 4 touchdowns. DJ Reyna. I mean, I even have to check for myself, but I don't believe we've changed any settings. We're still playing on Heisman. Base sliders out of the box. We're simulating well. We're playing well on the field. Competition has been weak. I will be interested to see what happens when we're playing tougher opponents. 3rd and long. Not the ideal play call. Escape in the pocket. We're not taking a big hit with Baker. I don't mind. We get the score. Red zone alert. I'm in. Might be too easy. What is this defense? I have never seen this defensive look. I can't make heads or tails of it. Bo can't get out of there, but he's had a good game. I want to do a little play action here. Spain, we don't call his number much. Take a look his way. Hangs on to it, but can't get into the end zone. Bryce Baker's got 84 yards on the ground as well. We're reading the end. We cannot get there. We're not kicking a field goal here. Too aggressive. We're too aggressive. Sending the blitz. And Ring can't get in. Oh, that's brutal. They're going for it on 4th down. Honestly, 4th quarter, up 31-0. We don't care. We obviously wish we could have got some of those scores, but, you know, it's okay. Ogboko gets into the backfield, and we get the ball right back. Nnamdi Ogboko is a simply phenomenal player. Honestly, I'm looking forward to following him in real life. after seeing all this. Jacaden Ferguson can't get it there. We get the field goal. We don't care about them going for it on 4th down. Ben Hanks, huge interception. I mean, we skip some of these 4th down moments because it doesn't matter, but we are just beating down some of these teams. Bryce Baker, your player of the game, did not have to do much. I mean, 2 interceptions to our 1. We just dominated this game. Although it looks closer on the 247 yards on the ground, 6.7 a carry. Beautiful. Time of possession, we won that battle. Yeah, Bryce had 3 touchdowns through the air. And maybe even another on the ground, no. But Bo goes 18 for 134. They could not stop a cold. They could not catch a cold, excuse me. Bo Jackson with just a great line. 7.4 carry, most of that in sim. Bryce Baker, 12 for 82. We have a great game on the ground. Through the air, nobody with a real dominant game. George Ring, 7 for 56 and a touchdown. Reyna with 1 catch for 11 yards and a touchdown. Same for Rashard Garrison. Nobody else really, putting up gaudy totals in the air. And Tavius Elder with 6 tackles for loss. Wow, he was great. Jaden Scarlett with another 3. Ty Jackson with 2. Kidd, Kenton Allen, and Rayshawn Monroe, each with 1. Only 2 sacks. Not throwing the ball much there at Navy. 2 interceptions for Ben Hanks. We got to check his stats after this, because he has been on some kind of heater. 34-0. It has just been a great season for the Blazers. We're going to sim ahead one more week, see where we're at with recruiting. I think we'll cap this on the shorter side because I want to be fresh for the games we're playing, towards the end of the season, be that rivalry and what have you. My school update, we are ranked 17th in the country. 17th program in the country. We're going to check the college football play. We're going to check all of that. Ben Hanks Jr., of course, American Defensive Player of the Week. I mean, he's got to be playing himself into consideration for some awesome awards. We'll look at some of the awards races too. Frederick Duff. Okay, so Miles. Oh man, what week is this now? Is it week 12 now? Oh man, I fear we are not going to get him into the range of committing. That's kind of the best we can do, and if they're gaining on us without the visit, I think we're going to lose him. We'll keep the points on anyway, because truthfully we don't have much, even though we don't really have better things to spend them on, truthfully speaking. We're going to get all these 3 stars that we are after. We still have 150 hours. Prude, Briggs is going to come on down. I don't even know why we really scouted Maurer. We'll look at Dwayne Davenport. I mean, I don't love the look of that. We'll look at Max Denson. Should be able to scout him pretty quickly. He is a gem. So we are going to be scouting him and sending the house right away. Offered the scholarship, sent the house right away. We've got some gems we've been able to ID. I mean, we'll throw 15 on Mashoud. Okay, still not really sure we want him. Bummer on Tim Miles. But okay. Before we sign off for the night, let's just take a look at... Let's look at the Heisman watch. Don't think we'll have anybody in here. Al Shakir, 103 catches for 1,440 yards. Oh my. Oh my. That's a crazy stat line. And 18 touchdowns. Forgot to mention that. Bryce Underwood, who's now at Pitt, 3,168 yards, 37 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. Matt Zollers at Ohio State, 3,800 yards passing, 35 touchdowns, 5 picks. George Onuasor? I'm not really sure how to Onuasor. He has also had a pretty good season for USC. Now, if we look at the bracket, has App State lost yet? They have not. Let's look at the college football playoff top 25. We are oh so close to App State. But Boise State even is ahead of us in the Mountain West. They haven't lost the game. App State hasn't lost a game. They still look. It looks like they still need to play 2 more games though before the end of the season, before the conference championship. So there's still room for somebody to falter. Pitt is second in the ACC. Miami, top of the country. They are first in the ACC. So we've got some interesting teams here. Arizona State right behind us. Duke, Iowa in the mix. It's getting crazy here 4 years in for who may make the college football playoff. We'll look at some award watch lists. I would be surprised if Player of the Year, Coach of the Year. Coach Wade is on some short lists for the Coach of the Year. Would be an incredible story. Quarterback of the Year, you know, we love. I'm blanking on a quarterback's name right now. This is how you know I'm tired and need to go to sleep. The Chuck Bednarik Award, Ben Hanks. I mean, let's see. He's got 5 interceptions, so maybe it's just been recently. 5 interceptions, 37 tackles, 9 pass deflections. He is in the running. Both defensive awards. Ben Hanks is right there for the Jim Thorpe Award for the best defensive back. I think he has a shot at winning it. Doak Walker, nobody in contention. The Blitnikoff. I mean, we'll see. I don't know if we have anybody even in the mix for any of these other awards. The Broyles for best assistant coach could go to either of our coordinators. Linebacker Ty Jackson, getting his name into the mix. And that's about it. Our bowl projection as it sits would be the Armed Forces Bowl against Alabama. We have higher aspirations than that. Although playing 6-4 Alabama in a bowl would be somewhat crazy. We're 10-1. We're ranked. This team has its sights on bigger and better things. If we're looking at some of the season stats, Bryce Baker, 2,600 yards passing. He's got 493 rushing. He's thrown for 23 touchdowns and 14 interceptions. Garrison has gone for 608 on the ground. Obviously, Bo Jackson missed a lot of time. He is steadily moving his way up the ranks. Grubbs has been awesome from a yards per carry standpoint. Oh my. Receiving, George Ring with 738 yards and 10 touchdowns. He's been the heartbeat. Bryce Kane with 625, only 2 touchdowns. And Jacaden Ferguson, he's needed that high championship contender, and we have filled the role thus far. George Ring, will he stay around? I don't think so. I just don't think so. And then on the defensive side, Ty Jackson obviously has made a lot of tackles. Cornell Burton, let's check his injury. His broken wrist, he's out 4 weeks. He may be back if we do make some postseason noise. Ogboko with 16 tackles for loss. Burden with 15. Burden leading the team in sacks, so we definitely need his presence. Ben Hanks, the clear leader in interceptions. The only one with a defensive touchdown. Some forced fumbles along the way. Snaps leader Kenny Pete, Rayshawn Monroe. I mean, so really just I do want to see some records though for good old UAB. We're pretty low down here, so we can find them pretty easily. Career passing yards 9,000, receiving yards. Some of these records look like they can be broken, but I'm really interested mostly in the season records at UAB. Daryl Hackney's 3,100. I mean, I think that's 2 games away for Bryce Baker. Rushing yards 1,500. Had Bo not gotten injured, maybe. Receiving yards, I don't know if we're going to pass that. Receptions, I believe our leaders were in the 50s. Don't know if we'll get that. Passing touchdowns, I thought, or maybe that was, maybe Baker's at 23. And receiving touchdowns, 14 from Roddy White. I do believe George Ring might be able to surpass that record. Yeah, Baker has 23. I think he needs 26 to set the record. George Ring has 10, or I guess he needs 27, so he needs 4 touchdowns to set the record. George Ring needs 5 touchdowns to set the record. So a lot of fun stuff on the way. Let's see if anybody else is injured outside of just Burden. Just Cornell Burden with the broken wrist. But a lot of fun stuff on the way. On the next stream, we'll start with the Battle for the Bones, and our chance at a perfect conference season. Our first, I think that would be our first win over Memphis in any of the 4 seasons. Yeah, it's not another game against Memphis. It's real. We've got the ratings advantage, but that means nothing. Memphis always plays us tough. And of course, I feel like for the 3rd year in a row, we're playing it on the road. We simply never get that game at home. Unfortunate, but we don't make excuses. We just get things done. On the next stream, we'll be making our push for not only the American Conference, but for the college football playoff as well. In our 4th season, we're knocking on the door. So we will see. But thank you all for joining, and wonderful stream. So thank you all for the support. See you next time. Peace.